My name is Douglas Little, and I certainly have become known for kind of doing these really over-the-top, fantastical installations. These windows, first of all, sit on the most important piece of real estate in the world. 57th and 5th Avenue. This was really an extraordinary opportunity, and so I knew that I really wanted to make this project very special. This brand of Van Cleef and Arpels is very inspired by flora and fauna and a lot of their design. And the entire collection that was going to be debuting was all based on Jules Verne. When I did the design for these windows, I wanted them to feel like a Jules Verne storybook from the early 1900s. So everything started off with these sketches. Each piece of the illustration then became an element that was cut out on the laser. And then that in turn went to George, and George took those elements and then gave them the third dimension of sculpting them out and creating these kind of little miniature theater props. And then they were painted and sent to New York. The first night that we began installation, it just really was a bit overwhelming because it had been this build-up, for so many months. It really became omnipresent what was about to unfurl. It was 4 very intense nights. So each of the windows was kind of an extract from one of the Jules Verne stories. Mushroom Window was based off of actually an illustration that I found from The Journey to the Center of the Earth. I really wanted this window to just kind of be jam-packed and have this very severe forced perspective. That was another element that I brought through a lot of the windows, was these forced perspective angles, because it really draws the eye in and causes you to really focus in on, obviously the product. The 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea window is obviously, a very direct interpretation of the story. I wanted to kind of do a very classical reference. Van Cleef selected the most extraordinary ruby ring to put inside of this, and it couldn't be a more beautiful combination. It was fun watching people outside of the windows get kind of sucked into the clamshell, and they're waiting for that clamshell to open and see what's inside. It's really great. The statue that we produced for the interior vitrine, she was not a stock statue. She was made from scratch. George basically built an armature and then sculpted on top of that. So this is one of a kind. We had taken the measurements, but we were dealing with all of these points that radiate off of her. It was really a miracle the way that it slid in so perfectly. It just was absolutely the most perfect place for that sculpture to exist. And then once you see it with the jewelry on her, it's just overwhelming. I'm pretty sure that I cried when the jewelry went on her because I was so happy. It was great to see it all come together.